Folks, we continue in chapter 7. Chapter 7, in one word, Yehuda, is about the divine unity of God. And we spoke about previously the higher level and the lower level of divine unity. And both are a reality of God. The question is there a reality of the world at all? Or is there no reality of the world? And just God. Is there a reality of the world, and yet what is its reality? Godliness? Or there's only a reality of godliness and that's it. So we continue this idea. So the Alter Rebbe says now we can understand the explanation when the verse in the prophet says, Ani Hashem lo shanisi, I, God, have not changed. Now what does it mean he didn't change? What does it mean he didn't change? So simple understanding really means, human temperament, we change. We have our highs, we have our lows, today I want this, tomorrow I want that. We change. That's the human condition. We go through a year. The word year in Hebrew is shana. Shana comes from the word shinui, changes, 4 seasons. And in a day, here in Montreal, on Shabbos, we had 4 seasons in one day. It was cold in the morning. And when the sun came out, it was really nice. I don't know if we had 4 seasons, but you know what I mean. Human condition is change. God created that human condition. Is he conditional to it? Is he like it? Well, we created him in our image, so then of course he's going to change. So, today he likes this, tomorrow he might like that. No, there is no change. So 613 mitzvahs, there is no change. There won't be 614 mitzvahs. There's 10 commandments. There's not going to be 9 or 11. You're not going to add a 11th of the 10 commandments. I mean, the truth is 613. And it's not going to change. Tefillin has 4 compartments to it. No, we're not going to come up and, 5. That's a simple meaning, that the will of God doesn't change. But the Alter Rebbe says there's a deeper meaning here. God in the act of creation doesn't change. Where that's actually where we change when we grow, we change as we do things, we learn from it, we grow from it, and so on. Well, God, the same he was before he created the world, he's the same after he creates the world. There's no change upon him. A concept we've learned before. We get that. We get that God doesn't change. Again, he himself. The Alter Rebbe takes us a step further. Not only he himself, the essence of God, doesn't change. In other words, before, again, the world was created, there's nothing but him. So meaning that there is no other existence, but he goes a step further. And this is a concept that we've also learned previously in different context. Here he says, quoting from Maimonides, from the Rambam, that Hashem, he is, as we say, Hu hayodea, hu hayodua, v'hu hadeya atzma hakol echad. That God, he is the knower, he is the known, and he is the knowledge. Well, what does that mean? The way we can understand that, or rather, that's beyond our understanding, but the way we can appreciate that statement is to understand how knowledge works with us. So I'm the knower of knowledge. Me, my soul, right, is the knower of knowledge. Knowledge, though, is the brain, which is a tool that allows me to know. So there's me, and then there's the brain, that is indeed a part of me, but it's still not me. I'm not my brain. The brain is that tool, though, that allows me, the knower, to know. And then there's the known, which is information, an idea. Like 2 + 2 = 4. Or hey, did you know the know? Which is, there's Tanya every day online that we can learn together. Well, some of you already know that. Some of you might be new to you. And now you've acquired some new knowledge. Well, actually, that's what we're doing today. Hopefully, with our learning, I hope, we're acquiring new knowledge. Even if you've learned this idea before, that doesn't mean you're not acquiring new knowledge, because maybe that knowledge is becoming deeper, more profound, more understood. So that means you're acquiring. What does it mean that you acquire knowledge? It means that you didn't have it before. Now you got it. So it means that something added to us. Super added. It's not it's not intrinsically a part of me. This knowledge. It's added, it's super added to who I am. So we have, I'm the knower. The knowledge is that tool of my brain that allows me, the knower, to know. And then there's what I know. I learn about the unity of God. I learn about mitzvah. I learn 2 + 2 = 4. I learn some historical fact. All of those are things added to me. And hence, the good part is we grow because we know more. We learn more. We become changed and different. Not so by God. Not only that God doesn't change his mind. Not only does God himself in the essence and the act of creation doesn't change, but even his intelligence, his knowledge in the act of creation also doesn't change. Because he's not adding anything. There's no, oh, look at that. Something new. Little Yankel, look what he's doing. Look what he's up to. He's teaching me such an important lesson in life. No. We can't add to God in his knowledge. Because where my knower, knowledge, and known are 3 different entities, and when I know something, it becomes added to me. So it's a compound. I'm compounded. I'm added a layer to, in my head, my brain. By God, he's a simplistic whole oneness. Totally whole in one. And there's nothing added to. So indeed, what God is doing is knowing himself. Ultimately, what it comes down to. So the Alter Rebbe says that ultimately we can't understand this. We can understand why it has to be that way by God, right? And God is not like me, because if he were like me, that means there's something that he didn't know before, and now he knows. Like he's peering down and looking. Oh, such a nice person. Doing such a wonderful thing. Let me give him a candy. No. God is, as it were, peering at himself, not outside of himself. So we understand why that has to be, because otherwise it would be some additional thing that he didn't know before, and it's now added to him. And therefore God is a compound. Therefore God is just like me and you, just, bigger and better, so to speak. No. God, he and his knowledge are one, a simplistic whole oneness, and therefore this is, as we said, Shar Yichud Ve'emunah, this is the unity, therefore the unity of God. This is the gate of our understanding the unity and oneness of God. And ultimately, it's something beyond our intelligence. We cannot take this apart and truly understand it. Again, we can understand why it must be that way. We can understand why it is, how it is that way, because we have no experience to such a thing. We have nothing in our world that the knower, the knowledge, and the known are all one. It's a simplistic whole oneness and absolutely one with us, because it's not. It's a compound. And therefore, it is beyond our grasp. Is that a complete faith? It's not blind faith. Blind faith means you're just saying something that totally makes no sense and you just take it on faith. Oh, I just saw a pink elephant. Take it on blind faith that I just saw a pink elephant. No, that's not what this is. This was a very intelligent understanding of why it has to be that way, but we can't get the concept of itself, because there is nothing in this world that is comparable to it, and our knowledge is not comparable to that. As again, it's a compound by us. It's not pure simplistic one whole oneness with us, and therefore we change with the knowledge that we know. God doesn't change. And the Hashem Leishanisi, I Hashem have not changed through the act of creation, not merely in what I want from you and my desire. God's not fickle, so one day, this is what he wants, another day he wants something else. Right? That's a simplistic understanding, but here's the deeper understanding. That is today's class. Any questions? Any comments? Video's not good. Oh, no. All right, Stephanie and Michael and Rick and Sarah and Rick asked a good question. Will there be a change in mitzvahs when Mashiach comes up? No, not at all. That's the point of Mashiach, that we can ultimately fulfill them in the ultimate appropriate way. Thank you. Very good question. Silas from Brazil, welcome. Thank you, Rick, for sharing. Yes, very true. One humanity. So Rick says, but in a way, God, why doesn't God grow and change through us as we perform mitzvahs? I don't know, growing is the right word. Does he have pleasure from what we do? Absolutely. Yes. Is there a viewing in viewing God as static? Okay, so let's understand. Through the act of creation is what we're talking about here. We're not talking about our relationship with God. We're not talking about our relationship with God. We're talking about the act of creation. God is creator. This is our context over here. Thank you, Rick, for bringing up. Sorry, folks. My spring allergies have sprung. So, in our relationship to God, we can improve it. God can have more pleasure, shall we say. Is that not change? It's not change. It's not, we do something, we change. God does something, he doesn't change. He does something. He has empowered us that when we do something for him, I don't know if change is not the right word. It's not that it changes God. change would be the wrong way to understand, but there is definitely a great divine pleasure in the good that we do. Absolutely, in the mitzvahs that we do. Thank you, Rick. Maria, thank you for joining. Andrew, Michelle, Reza, Anna from Budapest, Sigalit from New York. Thank you, Mario Zlata. May his soul go from strength to strength. Private message. Laurie, very good, thank you. Thank you, Rose. Thomas left from Croatia. Dawn from the UK. Hello. All right, folks. A reminder that Sunday nights at 6:30, I give a class if you'd like to come and enjoy on Chabad ZK or Chabad Zichrei. You can catch it there. The way we give God a hug, it's by doing a mitzvah. Give some charity, learn some Tanya, do the mitzvahs that we need to do. We get a hug from God, and we hug Him. All right, folks. Sharing is caring. Please share the Alter Rebbe's teachings with others. I'm Rabbi Ronnie Fine, coming to you from my home in Montreal, Canada. It's a privilege and a pleasure to share with you the Tanya. Have a wonderful day. And a good tavach, Shavua Tov, good week.